Well, good afternoon, guys. It's the 12th of May today. It's Friday afternoon. Once again, I'm at the Syndicate Lake. It's been a nice week. The weather's warmed up, but today we'll forecast some showers for this afternoon in this area. So I'm going to slightly different approach than normal. I'm just going to grab the bucket with the bait in it, a rod, landing net, just the bare essentials. Obviously the camera, and do some stalking. I'm going to leave most of the kit in the car because I don't want to mess about with brollies and stuff, and I don't particularly want to get a soaking. So just minimum kit. There's a southerly blowing, just very gently. What it's done is pushed all the carp into the bank that you can see behind me. They're all just lolling about on the top, fins breaking the surface, just milling about over this side. So best place to start, I guess. So what I'm going to do is very carefully get a little bit of bait in, probably start under this tree. I think probably the best bet, as they're all here. I mean, obviously carp jumping out there. Obviously we're going to disturb them because they're right in the edge here. I'm going to have to disturb them to get some bait in, but hopefully they'll be back. And obviously they like it over this side. I would imagine the warm rain that we had this morning has gone in, and the wind's pushing it across this way, and the warm water's over here. So I like to fish this side anyway. So we'll make a start here and see how we get on. Right, guys, I've managed to get one rod in position. As you can see, it's under the tree. Fishing at that end again, where you've probably seen in previous videos. Had some nice barbel from there, first couple of sessions this season. The carp pushed out a little bit as I lowered my bait in, and as I just got a bit of smell in the water, a bit of loose ground bait, some pellets in there. In the last 5 minutes, it's only been about 10 minutes, and in the last 5 minutes they're pushing back into the bank again, so they're above the feed at the moment. So I'm just going to go and check if they're actually getting their heads down, because they're not showing a great deal of interest at the moment. Well, it didn't take much of a look. I stood up and I could see a ghostie troughing on the spot, so quite a nice sized ghostie as well, really white. So we could have a run any minute. Well, guys, so I've just been watching them, and they're not settling. They'll come in, have a few mouthfuls, and then suddenly spook off something. Now, as I've said before, all my stuff's pinned to the bottom. Got tungsten tubing, slack lines, everything's pinned down. The only thing I can think of is it that maybe it's the salty squid boilie. It is bright pink, so I'm going to set the other rod up and put something neutral on and swap them over. I think maybe like a Pacific tuna wafter, which is a much darker red colour. I think I'm going to try that for a start, see if that makes any difference. Well, guys, that seems to have worked. I've swapped the rods over, and I've got a much more neutral coloured boilie on. It's as I said, Pacific tuna wafter. Dark browny, sort of with a hint of red to it, and they're going mental down there at the moment. When I got the other rod out of the water as well, after saying I wasn't going to bother with my umbrella, I just nipped back to the car because there's an absolute almighty shower coming. I could see it in the distance. The sky's black and it's just starting to rain, so I've just gone and grabbed my umbrella just so I can stay out of the rain, because like a pillock as well, I've forgotten my coat. But I've managed to find an old poncho rolling about in the car, just a plastic poncho, so I'll stick that on, at least if I get a run. Keep me dry. Right on cue as the rain comes. Well, it's not a big one, but beautiful common. Well, how's about that? It's a good start. I don't know, maybe £5, something like that. Get him back in the water before the world ends, by the look of this cloud. Well guys, it's finally stopped raining. It's been chucking it down for about 20 minutes. A couple of minutes ago, just as it was easing off, had a run and I've just landed a fish. Didn't manage to get it on camera, I'm afraid, but he's just resting up in the net, so we'll go and get him now and show him to you. Well, this one's a much bigger fish than the last one. It's definitely a double. Pacific tuna wafter again on the old D-rig. Let's get the rod out of the way and have a look at him. There we are, another nice common. I said, yeah, I'm sure that's a double. Not a big double, but a double. They're definitely having it this week. The water's definitely warmed up as well, I can feel it. These there are like blocks of ice up to this week, but fish are definitely a lot warmer this week. Right, let's get him back and get the bait back in the water. Well guys, it's been about 20 minutes since I had that second carp. It's raining, stopping raining, raining, stopping raining. The spot down here under the tree, there's fish visiting it, but they're being very cautious now, and they're not really feeding with any sort of urgency. So I think I'm going to rest this spot up. I've had a little wander just down here, back to where the trees you can see there in the distance, and there's plenty of carp there milling about. They seem to be patrolling through a gap in the reeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there, drop a couple of baits in, put a bit of bait over the top, and see if we can't nick one out from up there. So let's go and have a try. Well, they pushed away as I put the feed in, but the curiosity of the carp got the better of them, and they've come over and dropped down onto the feed. So he may have a run shortly. Well, the traps are set. This carp just moving across the bait now, so could be in business. A couple of nice ghosties down there I've just seen as well. I'd like to catch one of those. Well, as you can see, the rain's back, but we'll have a quick look at him before we put him back. Recognise that one again, he's got a funny crease in his tail. Still very lively. Right, I'm getting soaked, so I'm going to put him back. Well guys, after having that last fish and retiring to the brolly when it chucked it down, it only rained for about 10 minutes. So I've come back down to that same spot and they're really having it down here. So I'm going to sneak the rods back in and see if we can't get another one out. Well, there's a huge great barbel cruising around behind one of the carp down here. It's definitely a double figure barbel and it's just following a carp around. So hopefully they'll come in on the bait. Well guys, the shower's passed. Could you put that poncho on just in case I had a run? I said I got absolutely soaked. So it's another common, day of the commons. Let's get him unhooked and have a look at him. He's very lively. He's been resting up for 5 minutes or so in the net, so he's well rested. All the fish today, Pacific tuna wafter. I've only had it on one rod, but every time a rod's gone, it's been this rod. A beautiful common. Let's see how cooperative he's going to be. Beautiful. That's fantastic. I'm going to take the opportunity to get out of here before the next monsoon hits. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next video.